that she was queen. And not only did she work on pleasing him that day, but every day of the journey, she kept making sure that she was in good stand with the king. Because ultimately, she was going to have to go before him to do something that had not been done before. So she had to touch him in a way that Vashti had never touched him before. When you need something from God, you can't touch him like your neighbor touched him, because you don't need what your neighbor got. You got to touch him in a way that he hadn't been touched before, because you may have to ask him something that your neighbor didn't have to ask him for. So a little hand clap might do for him, but you may have to go all in, because I need him, Lord. I need him. So the Bible says she journeyed down to please him, not to be quick, so be quick. And the Bible says she was enjoying being the queen, just queen. Now the funny thing to me is that the Jews were the most hated race at that particular time. God used what he hated to turn him on. Go figure. We think that everybody has to like us in order for things to happen. God will use what they don't like. Everything don't have to have sugar on it. There's some salty things that your situation and your miracle is going to have a need of. Somebody say, use what he hates. All right. Hook it on in. So as the journey continued, the Bible said that the king's right-hand man had a hate for the Jews. And it was festering on the inside. Now she was going to need the king's authority, but she was going to need Haman to be out the way. That's why you have to understand that God's plans are multidimensional. He doesn't just call you to do one thing, you breathe and you over it. You need to always be inclined to him, God, what next? Because remember, we're big picture believers. So the Bible says that things started happening, and Mordecai was at the gate and he was worshiping. And I love Mordecai because he was willing to serve the king, but he was not willing to worship the king nor his servant. Now the devil knew that in Haman's heart he wanted to be worshipped, but he also knew in Mordecai's heart he was not willing to compromise. God will set things up to where you have to fight every step of the way. He'll put in your path what you just declared you won't do. How many of you know every time you come to a service and you say, Lord, tomorrow I'm going to fast, he'll put a big fat chocolate cake in your way just to see if you're going to do what you say. Just because we make that vow does not mean God removes all the temptations out of our way. You bad when you can look that temptation in the face and say, I said I'm not going to do it. So the Bible said because Haman was full of himself and we're moving along, every time he came out the gate, he expected people to bow down and worship him. Mordecai said, not. Because it's for God that I live. And I'm not worshiping man. We have to get back to taking a stand.